Hello, everyone. Welcome to Money Talks. Today's episode is about the Lesner's family. Mrs. Lesner is a widowed mother of three who gathered her family to learn her final decision about her possessions. Her sons are ambitious, and each one has their own plans for the fortune left to them. Stay tuned to know how this story takes place. One day, Mrs. Lesner was in her office thinking about the future and her family.
And strong. But I know that my sons, like Monique and all of them, have a very expensive lifestyle. Therefore, I need to make a will to leave everything organized when I'm gone.
Later, Mrs. Lesner went to her lawyer's office to make her will.
Welcome, Mrs. Lesnar. It's always a pleasure to have you here. May I ask what brings you here today? It's a huge surprise.
Yes, I have decided to make a last minute changes to my itinerary of the day. I need you to help me make a will for my son's inheritance. So when I die, they will have everything clear.
You will? Are you having any medical condition? You are young. You are not even 15 years old.
Well, death does not respect any age. If you don't believe me, see what happened in 2020. Also, I like to know my son's reactions. I know they might appear to be spoiled and frivolous kids. However, I know deep down they will know how to handle my fortune. I want to make sure I leave it in the right hands.
Agree. Let's start with the paper then.
Mrs. Lesner and her lawyer spent the night working on her will, deciding the best for her sons. Also, she made the decision to demand Mr. King, her lawyer, to meet her and her sons next day to read the will.
Are you sure, Mrs. Lesnar? I believe you must take your time to regret your decision. Maybe you could change your mind.
Yes, that's my desire. Please meet us tomorrow at 9. I call my sons.
That night, Mrs. Lesnar invited her three sons to have dinner in her house because she had something important to say. They were wondering what it was.
This meeting is very surprising. Do you have any idea what this reunion is about?
I don't know. Ask Prince. He's the one close to mom.
I don't have any idea either. She has not told me anything about what she has in mind for tomorrow night. Now I must sleep because I have a long day tomorrow. Bye now.
Arlen and Jairis kept talking the whole night. They could not sleep thinking about the news their mother had for them.
Talk about how my fortune, my business, and my properties are going to be bequeathed among the three of you. I know that I'm still healthy, but I prefer to leave everything under control and crystal clear so you can stay together as a family.
Her sons started thinking about the activities they could do with the money.
I'm going to visit Dubai, Singapore, and maybe Africa. I am going to visit all over the world.
I plan to buy clothes, jewelry, attend Harvard, and enjoy the finest food I can find, especially since my father is so stingy. I am going to work hard and invest my father's money in another business.
They had dinner, and Mrs. Lesner asked her lawyer to start as soon as possible. But surprise! Mrs. Lesner had his lawyer created a fake will to present to her sons. She wanted to see their reactions first.
This document states Mrs. Lerner will, so I will read exactly what it says. I, Eliza Lerner, decided to bequeath my patrimony as follows. Starling will get 75% of the money in the penthouse. Jairi will get the rest of the money in the business. Prince, active work. You are to earn your own money to have your own empire birth.
Prince's brothers started laughing at him.
Ha, you're nothing but a loser. Look, our father will give us everything.
Yes, that's exactly what you deserve. Nothing you say how didn't help you to be the mom's favorite.
Mrs. Lesnar saw that scene and shook her head. Her son was very sad and felt betrayed by his own family.
I was waiting for that. I know you were evil, but I was not sure how much greed you had inside, how much you love money. You are selfish. However, I must tell you something. That is not my will. My lawyer is going to read it now.
I, Eliza Lerner, want to give everything I have to Princess.
You might have a point. They have never been good brothers. However, that they are also your sons. They deserve to be in your will.
I'm proud of you. As I'm still young, they still have the chance to change my mind. Let's see what your brothers can do about it. And I think it over. If the three of you get along with one another, things would be different.
The three of them learned the lesson and started paying attention to their behavior. At the beginning, it was all about money. However, they got used to treating one another with love and kindness. Mrs. Lesnar died 10 years later, but her will included her three sons now. And she felt grateful because her sons were together, more together than ever. That's what life is about. Things can change in a blink of an eye. That's all for today. I will see you tomorrow in Money Talks. Bye bye.
Bye.